Look like you've been married about 8.5 months. No, you don't. Shows you what trouble you can get into if you have a loose tongue. Interesting. How'd you get to be a hobo? Were you in television and your rating dropped? Was it something like that? You got a bad Nielsen?
No ground.
You know what that is, a Nielsen? Well, what happened? How did you get to be a panhandler? Panhandler can also be a chambermaid, but in this case... Boy, do they love anything obscene out there. And they look so gentle and... You do this at night?
Oh, no, we can do it at the daytime by shutting off the lights, sort of thing.
Well, is it more fun to do at night?
Well, what were you referring to?
Well, that depends on what you have up your sleeve.
Well,
Well, you wouldn't know anything about that subject anyway. Doc, let me ask you something else. Do you believe a beautiful girl like Kay belongs in business or in some fortunate man's kitchen? To use a euphemism.
well, besides in kitchen and other places, but I also think that beautiful women should be
Just
wonderful.
what do you mean by that, other places? This is a family show.
Is it a family show?
Yes. And you can get one standing here.
Yeah, I doubt it. That would be a most unique biological mechanism. But, no, I feel actually...
Maybe that's why your show went off the air, this kind of conversation.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what kind of families are we showing this to?
The decadent ones, I think. What else do you make that we could conceivably discuss here? Do you ever talk shop at home with your husband?
Oh, yes. Home is shop for us. Mm-hmm. In fact, one night my husband woke me up by talking in his sleep, and he turned to me and he said, young lady, do you have your statement of identity?
And what did you say? You know, I'm a stranger here myself? And then after that, I suppose you got married, huh? Well, I would hope so, huh?
No, what I said
You
to
didn't
him...
get married even then? What were you waiting for?
No, when he asked...
Where were the other 3 lawyers? Under the bed? Fine law firm this is, huh?
No.
What happened?
Well, when he asked me that, I simply said to him, I said, this is one heck of a time to ask for it.
Well, I bet I'll just skip that, huh?
And,
is that on another network?
It's on another network.
Well, let's be honest about it and name the network.
Well, I can't remember the name. The initials are CBS.
That's the Crooked Network, isn't it? Isn't that the network where the president is always making statements in Washington?
Dr. Stanton?
Yes.
Oh, he takes a lot of time off from his house calls to make these statements, but they've always treated me fair and square, and I haven't had a shady dollar out of that network or any other kind either.
Well, it's early yet. I assume sometime in the future I'll hear from you from Mexico, I suppose, huh?
Yes.
You'll be down there with O'Dwyer and a few of the other boys.
And down in the Sierra Madre, yeah.
Now, are the adventures of Dobie Gillis somewhat autobiographical?
Well, no, I am not a teenage dwarf. I'm kind of a middle-aged dwarf.
Yeah, I'm afraid to look.
Well, you know, they've more or less fluctuated.
No. Well, that's nice work if you can get it. I would love to see your dimensions fluctuate sometime. That made me rather nervous, but... We may not be crooked, but we're certainly obscene up here. Get a load of those sex maniacs over there. Fine-looking gang. Got a lot of pep for a man with 6 children. Where he gets it from. Population explosion. Every 9 months in his house. Doesn't even wait until it's cooled off. Listen, you're laughing. This is a serious problem today. Try and find a parking space. You know what Shakespeare said? Parking is a sweet sorrow. Well, in what way is your husband romantic? Assuming that he is, which I question.
Oh, man, have you ever been made love to by a Frenchman?
Not that I can recall. It's getting like a burlesque show, this place. What does this Casanova look like?
Well, he's a little fella. He's 6'5", 250 pounds of... Oh, man.
Pure mush?
No, all man.
All man, huh? What makes you think just because a man is 5 inches taller than 6 feet that this makes him a man?
Well,
You know, it doesn't go by size. A man's size has nothing to do with his ability in any way. I'm trying to keep this on of a euphemistic plane. But I question very much whether I'm succeeding. I don't think I've succeeded at anything here tonight. Well, I admit defeat, and I rarely do that. Now, Mr.